Good morning. This is gonna be a little bit of a different video. I am not a morning person, but I wanted to show you guys today kind of how I do intermittent fasting and what I eat to make it through the day without eating as often. So first things first, I always make sure that my water is filled up, either when I first wake up in the morning or the night before. So I've actually already drunk a little bit, but I did fill it up last night. And what I tell myself is that I need to drink this whole thing in my hour commute, and then whenever I get to work, I fill this up with water when I get there. So I try to mix it up from week to week as far as what kind of foods I eat, but I always try to have some kind of meat, some kind of fruit, some kind of healthy fat. So what I do is I always start with the fruit and healthy fat, and then I will eat the meat and any veggies, and I'll usually eat those together. So I'm going to take an organic banana with me today, and the order that we did this week was a little different. We had to get it from somewhere where we usually don't. So I usually have like Stonyfield organic, whole milk. I try to get grass-fed if I can, just plain yogurt, but they didn't have that option at our local Target, and that's where we had to place our order this week. So I did still get Stonyfield, but I got like the kids stuff, and it portions it out for me, so I don't care. I'm probably just gonna take one of these. I try really hard to use things that are really not that processed, and I also try to use the bigger yogurt container so it's not as much waste. So I got one of these for today. Last night I made chicken parm. I know you just see the aluminum foil. So yeah, this is the chicken parm I'm bringing today. Well, my husband just told me he had one of our stashers at work. The other one is dirty. I don't have a whole lot of time to clean it up, so we're just gonna wrap it in beeswax today. We need to buy more stashers, honestly. You're farther than a kiss on the phone. There's things about you. These are the veggies I've been going through. They're California blend and bird's eye. There's a lot of carrots that came out of that one. Most of the time, I'm not hungry enough to eat anything else other than vegetables, chicken, fruit, and yogurt. And that's kind of all I eat all day. And once you start intermittent fasting, you understand how your body really just adjusts to that, and that it's not necessarily unhealthy, because I'm very slowly losing weight, which is how it should be. I will say that there are some times where if I cheat on my windows, that my body will kind of adjust right back, and I have a hard time not eating dinner when I get home. And this weekend we did that, and honestly, it's the first time we've done something like that in the 5 or 6 weeks that we've been doing intermittent fasting. So I feel like it's not the end of the world, but I have been hungry when I get home. I would try to have some more protein that's satiating. I have these cheese quesadillas that are gluten-free that I made last night, which aren't the most, what's the word? Isn't healthiest, but if I'm really, really hungry at night, as long as I eat it before like 7, because I get off of work around 5 and get home around 6:15. I'm gonna try to show you as I go throughout my day and what time it is when I eat this stuff, but I do nanny 5 kids that are under 5 years old. So, just in case I don't, I decided to make this video as well. So, I'm gonna go get ready, get dressed, and head out. See you in a little bit. Okay, we're gonna try to make this work. So, as you can see, I did not finish all of my water this morning. I'm actually at work about 10 minutes early, so I will try to chug most of this before I go in, but sometimes I'm just so sleepy in the morning that I don't end up finishing all of it. So when I go in the mornings, I fill this cup up with straight water. And then if I'm like getting hunger pains, I'll just chug. I'll start chugging. When I finish that cup of water, then I let myself fill this up probably to like here or here, like pretty close to the top but not all the way, with water, and then I'll do the rest sweet tea. So I know that's a little bit of sugar, and I know that sugar can kind of mess up your fast. I do understand that. It's what I let myself do when I'm hungry. So there's little ways where you can be just like flex and flow about this. That's the thing with intermittent fasting. There's not like one perfectly right way to do it. You have to make it work long term for you, and sometimes that means tweaking it. So the next thing I do, if I finish all of that, so this is 20 ounces, so at that point I will have already drunk 60 ounces of mostly water and just like a tiny bit of sweet tea. And after that, I will go ahead and make my coffee, and I fill it up halfway with ice. So it is a lot of water content as well. I do put creamer in it. I have tried switching to black, you guys. I can't do it. I've tried. I really have given it a good effort a few times, and it's not working. So I fill this up with ice and then coffee and then a little bit of creamer. And when I finish that, I go back to water for the rest of the day. I might let myself have a little bit more of the sweet tea water mix, but usually I tell myself that I have to drink at least 2 full things of water after the coffee in order to do the sweet tea water mix. And so that's kind of how I play it out as far as how much I drink. Now, the amount of liquid that I drink helps me to keep my fasting windows. Without the amount of liquid that I'm talking about drinking, like, you're probably not going to be able to do it. You're going to be just starving. Your stomach is going to be having hunger pains. You're going to be hurting, and you're not going to want to do it. So, this is my recommendation. Water. Lots and lots of water, and you can do it. So, I will kind of show throughout the day how I fill that up, when I fill it up, like what time of day, and then I'll also show when I start eating. So last night I made that chicken parm, and as soon as I got home, like, I was on my feet for like 2 hours straight after I got home and just running around doing stuff. So I got hungry and I ate right around 7, and I usually try not to do that. I try to eat like as close to coming home as possible, if I eat at all. And yesterday was, like I said, I've been coming off a weekend where we cheated on our time slots, so my body's, adjusting back. My stomach just growled. Chug water. So last night I stopped eating around 7. I try to keep my fasting window to 14 hours for women. It's supposed to be better to do a 14:10, and for men a 16:8. For some reason I just read up on research about that. So 14, so 7 to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I have to do the fingers every time. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Okay, so 9 a.m. But it's really rare if I eat like at that time. So I usually try to push it to like 10, 10:30, but that's mostly because I'm busy doing stuff with the kids. I do the kids' schooling from 8:45 to 9:15, and then we have snack right after that. And then I usually do either Montessori or practical life or art or coloring. So like I have like a whole schedule that I do that keeps me busy enough to where I'm not like having time to make food, which is a good thing. So those would be my recommendations so far, is drink a lot of liquids, preferably water, and keep yourself busy. It is now 7:45 and I'm just now finishing my first thing of water. So I'm going to do my water tea mix. Sometimes I like to get the 0-calorie Milos. And the nanny mom here, she makes a huge thing of sweet tea with Splenda. But I'm not a huge fan. Yeah, this is probably going to be good enough water. Not a huge fan of artificial sweeteners. So if I'm going to do it, I try to do the real thing and just get real sweet tea. But this week we're working with what we got.
Lonely, you're the reason why I can feel those butterflies when I go to sleep at night.
Basically, whenever I finish all of this and I start my coffee, I either eat with my coffee or eat after my coffee. It kind of depends how busy I am or what I'm doing, or even how hungry I am. It is 10:26, and I'm just about to eat my first thing of the day. I've got about this much tea left, and then I'm going to make my coffee. It's been a pretty busy morning. This is our first time watching. I am a nanny of 5 children under 5 years old, a 5-year-old, 2-year-old triplets, and a 1.5-year-old. So it's a blast. Tuesdays we do practical life, and we made cupcakes. And don't worry, they're not gluten-free, so I won't be eating a single one. I may swipe some frosting, not gonna lie. But that's what we did. I had them help in every little step, from measuring to pouring to scooping out. That helps them with practical life. I'm gonna eat this banana. When I finish it, if I'm still hungry, I eat the yogurt. And then that usually keeps me full along with the coffee until around 2 o'clock.
Finally know the reason why, yeah. I'm never really satisfied, yeah. Waking up a paradise, yeah. Without you by my side. Imagine I walk through your doorway. Imagine skipping all the foreplay. Imagine all the stars in one place.
So it is now 11:50. And I still have not eaten this at all. I haven't had time. I've gotten so busy. And this is about how much I finished in my coffee. So, yeah. Being a nanny to 5 kids, it really gives me like a taste of motherhood, because you just like don't have time to eat or drink anything unless it's on the go. So they're all outside right now. I'm gonna head out there, finally get a chance to eat this and hopefully finish out my coffee. Alright, so it is 2:20, as you can see, and I'm just now finishing my coffee. Usually it does not happen like this. Usually I'm on my second like glass full of water after the coffee, but today has been a crazy day. I'm just now starting to get hungry, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my chicken and my vegetables. So yeah, this is about right for when I would normally get hungry.
Cross my heart and hope to die.
Normally I just have grilled chicken. I don't like to do anything with it. This week I made chicken parm, and so it's a little bit more unhealthy for you, but I'm still getting my protein in, and I use gluten-free breadcrumbs. Obviously I have to. And instead of using an egg wash for the breading, I use melted butter, which is healthier. I'm gonna put this in here, get it cooking, and start eating. So it is 4:15 and I just filled up my water for the second time after my coffee. I will probably fill it up one more time before I leave for work here in a little bit, but that's where we're at water-wise. Hey y'all.
On camera.
What? Just ignore him. Okay, so I'm back home. This is, believe it or not, the same water that I last showed you, because on my hour commute home, I got busy FaceTiming a bunch of people. There's a lot of stuff going on. So, haven't drunk as much water as I would have liked. This is still the second cup after coffee. I really normally drink more than this, but today was just a crazy day and you happened to come along for it. So, I did come home and I ate a cheese quesadilla, which feels a little bit like cheating to me, but it's okay considering the fact that all I had to eat today was a banana, a little squeeze yogurt, a piece of chicken, and some frozen veggies. So, and I only have one more. Like, the gluten-free tortillas are not cheap and they're actually kind of hard to find. So I don't get them very often and only have one more, like I said. So maybe tomorrow, if I'm really feeling it, I'll just eat half, you know, something like that. But I did have that today. I don't know why I'm walking around, I'm sorry. I just keep walking and walking and walking. Let me put you down somewhere. So that is going to be it for today's vlog. I probably will end up drinking all of this and filling it up one more time before I go to bed. You want to finish up the vlog with me? Yes. Thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next video. Okay, I'm